Hello, everybody, and welcome back to
Hey.
another episode of the First Stop Live Show with myself, Jason, and of course, we have Jim in the house as well with Retro Space Codes.
Indeed.
Um, yeah. So we're a little late today. No worries. We just had some stuff we caught us up, and it's all good, man. No worries. Hang on one second. There we go. All right. I had an echo because I have YouTube pulled up in the background for a second.
Oh, okay. I hate it when it does that.
Yeah, it's like it's all delayed. I'm like, who's
The
talking?
sound version of the infinite mirror, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we are here. We're gonna make it happen, and we're gonna talk about redcoats today. And there's a lot of fun stuff going on with this faction. So, let me pull in a couple of comments, and we'll actually just jump right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We got Chris Jones in the house. Says good evening, everyone. So he must be on your side of the world.
Potentially, yeah. Sounds like he's in Europe.
Yeah. We got Octava 1600.
That's Octavian.
Made it.
Nice one, dude. Great to see you.
And Iron B. Finally, Redcoats, my personal favorite.
Oh, yes.
Afternoon says game good. Oh, and we got Bricks and Fix Collectibles. Hello, everyone's excited for this episode. So we got some people in the house. All right, cool. Well, let's just jump into it. We're going to start off with these little guys. And, this theme is cool because, like, it's got a lot of fun little extra, like, battle pack stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to get into that. Yeah. A lot of minifig potential here as far as, like, troop building. So.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, you're totally right. Loads of little sets. I remember very well at the time. Yeah. So I would have been 94-ish. This, so I would have been 7. So kind of peak Lego system time. And I remember these sort of sets, specifically 6237 with the chest there, and perhaps not the 2 polybag ones, but the battle pack. I remember them being in the wool along with some Islanders sets. Been in a Woolworths, which was a shop here in the UK back in the day, where you used to get like Lego a little bit cheaper than it was at Toys R Us, but they didn't quite have the full range that Toys R Us had. Right. So you just sort of out with your nan at the weekend, you get a cheap set. Anyway, I remember there being a bargain bucket full, and all these were knocked down to 99 pence, just under £1. These sets. So I remember picking up, like, this is probably the first time I ever picked up double, and I think it was the chest set because I wanted extra redcoats. But I should have just, I think I got one of the battle packs, and then the Islanders set as well. And I'm pretty sure, do you know the one, the Islanders set with the gate, the spears in the gate, and he may or may not be cooking the guy's leg. That was also like maybe struck down to maybe £1.99. So I basically walked out with a load of these and a couple of Islander sets for £10. Crazy.
Yeah, that's such a haul, especially for new Lego.
Dude, and this was in the day as well. Like, it was, I remember it used to get really, really reduced after a while, these little sets.
Yeah.
Especially this era, because I think they did Lego themselves pumped out a lot of sets at this time. Like a lot of copies of the set.
Yeah. And they still do a little bit at like Target sometimes, or like Walmart. There'll be a crazy sale. But it's not quite the same, of course.
Not quite the same.
Yeah. I was going to say something else about that. I don't remember.
Yeah, sorry, I'm long-winded. I just wanted to share that because I really remember it vividly, and it was a beautiful. It's one of those brilliant memories you've got of Lego back in your childhood, and the redcoats are all over that for me.
Yeah. No, that's good. I love it. Sorry, I was also reading the comment. I'm just all over the place.
Don't worry, man.
So that little spear jail Islander set I have sitting in I have it sealed in my collection.
Oh right, yeah, you've got that sealed. Amazing.
I got like a little one of that sealed,
which I don't know. Size box.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I'm gonna open it. I might just.
You might as well keep it now. You know what's in that box.
I don't know.
Just sell it, or
sell it maybe, or trade it in for something, because it's like, what am I doing? I've got the parts in that box. I could probably build like 8 or 8 of them, right? 20 of them. Yeah. So it's anyway. So lots of little ones. These ones were a little harder. Like, they maybe not harder, but the ones that showed the instructions and the minifigs next to them and stuff. Yeah. So this little like ruined area where he's cooking, and then the little Imperial cannon, I think is what that one's called. Those ones weren't as prominent. They were a little harder to find. And then I pulled in the battle packs here. So like the treasure set 6237 and 6252. Because I mean, these are like, prominently displaying Imperials as well. So
yeah.
I mean, you could pull this stuff, like you just said, 10 quid, whatever. You pull these guys, and you already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 figs with just these 4 sets. So
yeah, these days you're lucky to get a fully tricked out redcoat soldier for 10 quid.
That's true.
Here's a question, being as we're talking about it. If 6252 miraculously came out today, so a 4 figurine or 5, 4 and a monkey or 5, whatever, if that came out now. I'm thinking back to those battle packs of the sort of 2010s castle and pirate stuff. How much do you think the markup? How much do you think that Lego would charge for that?
And a monkey and a pirate, or a monkey and a parrot, and a flag and a treasure chest and 2 sprues of coins. Here's the thing. So Star Wars battle packs are $20 to $35 now, and some of them go up to $45. Now those have more figs and some builds and stuff. So something this small, I would still say they probably charge $20 for it.
Yeah, I think so. So I was going to say 20, 25. Isn't that interesting? I know that there's a markup. 25, that's interesting, Josh. Yeah, we're all in the same sort of ballpark. I know that there's inflation it's adjusted for, but it's like, I remember this being like $4.99.
Yeah.
I suppose it's equivalent. It's just weird that we've got, that's how inflated we've got, but crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it is inflation. It's not all inflation though.
No, some of it is. Some of it is. They know what they've got now. Like they were giving these away for £1 a minifig back in the day, but they know what they've got a bit more now. Especially if they're going to do a classic themed one like this, they would know that the collectors are on it, so they're going to want to mark up.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing: like you could probably pull those same figs off of Pick a Brick online.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess if you're looking at roughly $3 a fig, that's $12. So I mean, it's going to come out to I would say it's probably be worth roughly $12 or so. But
the amount I'd be happy to pay for a battle pack like that from Lego. I'll buy a few of them at that, but it's just never.
But no, they would charge $25 for sure.
Yeah. Sorry to digress on that.
No. It's a good, and we'll actually look at one of the battle packs from 2009 later. So it all tracks. Crusader's in the house. He said he thought he was waiting for us to go live.
Oh, we were late.
Hit the play button.
Don't worry, man. We were late anyway. It's mine.
We were late. Yeah, we were late anyway. So you got it. Josh says, "Dirty red coats, boo." I mean, hi. Good to have you, man.
The British are coming.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, man. We've only got one boat now, and it doesn't really work properly.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Lorem sisters in the house. General Tron, welcome. Just saying hey to everyone. Inflation and greed, says Game.
Oh yes.
Game Guru. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some of that involved as well. It's the, what do you call that? The premium toy tax or whatever you want to call it now. They think they think they can charge more because it's Lego now.
Yeah. But they haven't got the monopoly they think they've got, though, have they really?
Oh, that's Rocks and Forest Quiver. Okay.
That's it. Yeah, welcome, dude. Yeah, Redcoats, man.
The logo reminds me of
logo's amazing.
That game I told you guys about a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, where the proximity talking with the.
I've been playing that this whole time. Still, I'm still in that game.
Amazing. So. It must be incredible.
It's so fun, dude. And I got 3 of my friends play, and so now, like last night, all 4 of us were, and we made a little squad, and we're like running around with muskets,
that's
just
amazing.
like, attacking things. It was pretty fun. So,
is there any sharks
in the game?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but you can sail boats. You can, yeah. You can get knocked off.
Wrestle a great white.
You can get knocked off the ship, and you have to swim around and find another ship.
No way, man.
It's pretty funny.
It sounds amazing, to be fair. I might just watch some of it on YouTube.
Yeah, there's people who stream it. Yeah. It's got its own little clips and reels on Instagram.
Because this is what we're talking about. It's the age of the privateers, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the redcoats here, it's peak pirate.
Yeah. So, golden age.
It's gonna come up. It's gonna come up.
Josh says, I swear Captain Redbeard should always be available and cheap. He's like a Magisto. Like, he's in the top, probably 5 most famous minifigures of all time.
Yeah, man.
And unless you're not counting the Ghost and Skeleton, because I think those hold their own little spot. But Captain Redbeard, I feel like Yeah, Captain Redbeard, Magisto. I don't know. Benny. Maybe like there's 2 other ones. I'm sure. I'm trying to think. Johnny Thunder.
Yeah.
And I don't know. One other super. Maybe. I can't think of anyone else right now, but like maybe Chief from like Rock Raiders or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's not as famous. He's just rare. But
you get the picture though. There are some key.
They should all be. They should all be.
I mean,
like
I'm an Iron Hook guy. I like an underdog. You know.
True. Maybe Willow the Witch or somebody. But all of those figs. There should be like the top 20 most famous, most loved figures of all time, just available on Lego.com for like $4.99 each.
Yes.
Just forever, from starting now until eternity, until Lego no longer exists.
The whole thing should be a forever theme, bro. The whole thing should be an evergreen theme. But you know, I'm
with Josh on that one, though. Yeah, I agree. Evergreen for sure. I mean, they are evergreen. They're just not being used as such. Anyway, all right. All that to say, we got Imperial Outpost. And it is worthy to mention that Imperial, the Redcoats, kind of span from 1992 through 1995. So sets kind of fell in those areas. So I think this one up here, the little boat with the pirate, I don't remember what this is called, but it what was this called actually? Now I want to know. It's a little boat guy. Do I have it up here? It's Bounty Boat.
Bounty Boat.
I remember that now. I love that name for that too.
Dude, anyway, I've got an English catalog here. The names are the names are even wilder than.
Do you have these guys in here?
Ones.
If you have these, read them out.
It's blue coats in this one. Let me check the other one. Okay. That's right. I've got the other one somewhere.
No, it's all good. While you're looking at that, we got Cannon Cove down here, and this is the Imperial Outpost. This I got for Christmas in 1995 from my grandma, and it kind of informed my entire life moving forward after that point. Dude, it's such a good set. It's one of 3 sets, right, to come with the Admiral Woodhouse.
Yes.
Man,
so the boat and 3 sets for Woodhouse. The trading post.
Yeah,
I beg your pardon. Yes, there is 3. Wowzers.
The big one.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. But this is also, interestingly enough, this is the only fort they have. The port, which we'll look at, the trading port, is a fortified trading post, right?
Yeah.
But this is a fort, I would say. It's got a cannon. It's got some little, I don't know. It's got walls up here and stuff like that. So it's
doing the least it needs to qualify as a fort, but we've got to call it a fort because
it is.
It's 2 stories. It's got a great big flag and a cannon and an arch for the boat to pass under.
Exactly. You can park the boat there.
Now talking about that set, then, Jason, I know that you've got some chemistry with this set. You obviously did you have this the first time round originally?
It was the original. I got the purple box and everything.
Amazing. So I know that I love it, but I know that you really love it, and I know that you've incorporated it, and this is another one of those fantastic sort of evergreen build thing elements, if you like. So do you want to speak a little bit on this little cage door at the front here by this soldier on the first floor?
Yeah. That was my next, I was going to trail into that.
I read your mind.
No, you got it. You know what we're talking about. It's the bar door, right, with the 2 little bars, and then you got the clips. This one has the clips you can kind of see, and it's on a little modified brick that with pin and hole, whatever technical that you can open it and close it. And I always thought that was kind of fun because you were never sure if that was how you loaded them in or if that was the escape mechanism. I think it was the escape mechanism.
I think the other way was in, and that was the escape.
Because this comes with a beautiful set of those little brown arched doors as well on the back, which you can't actually see from the
Well, they're open, I think, in the picture. For some weird reason.
They are.
It's not a weird reason. It's so that you can see through and it will illuminate that bar technique, which is a selling point. I mean, it's interesting is the lineage with that those little techniques. Of course, we've got the one on the King's Mountain Castle of the Crusaders, what that one was called. We've got the sort of approach of putting them under the arch in Broadside's Brig. So there's a few different approaches to a similar sort of theme. So it's nice that they're also in keeping, which I think is why staying consistent in your mock life is good, because it does sort of parallel what Lego's doing, which brings it all together. But I think these sets are great. I love them all. They're all fantastic. Cannon Cove, for some weird reason, was disappointing. And I don't know why, because now I love it now and I think it's great. But at the time, I remember feeling a little bit of like so genuine just a disappointment, because when it was built it felt like a lot of big parts on a long base plate. It wasn't like when you pick Broadside's brig up, as small as it is, it's quite a lot of bricks and slopes and arches crammed into a tight space, and it gives it a certain sort of sturdiness. This one I was a bit more, it's hard to articulate exactly what I mean, but essentially I just felt it was a bit, not many parts and a lot of big parts. Now when I look at it, I could really appreciate it, and actually it's more true to the sort of cannon outpost or pillbox style fort would have had. So, and obviously with the angles as well, they're doing the best they can to get what you see Newmark artists do, the full slope and 8 all the way around at weird angles. And this is just a system version of that, a part of that, which is lovely. So my complaint isn't now, but I remember me as a child being a bit, it's not as good as Broadside Brig for some reason, which is interesting, isn't it? I don't know why that would be, other than that maybe it was some early burp hate. Maybe it was maybe I didn't like burps when I was younger.
Maybe. I always thought they were kind of fun. They make a nice little terrain piece.
Good to behold, aren't they? They're good.
Oh yeah,
good piece of land.
Well, you got a good point actually. And now that I'm kind of looking at this, I suppose Cannon Cove actually does resemble a fort more than the Imperial Outpost. You'd have to get, like you said, maybe a couple of these.
Yeah,
to get more of that, like
fill out the circle.
Yeah, and then the burp actually does kind of conflict with it being more of a built building, and actually more tends to lean it into the class of building against a rock, kind of like in the like it shows on its art piece. It's at a little cove area, so it was built into the terrain, as opposed to like we're building a fort here and it's all built out of brick. So I mean, I don't know. It's cool though. I like it, and combining these two, maybe in some way you could kind of cobble together a fort. But it is kind of disappointing that the Redcoats never got an actual fort like the Bluecoats did. Because the Bluecoats is very much a fort. It
is. I will accept it though on the base that they went for a bit of diversity. They got the port, a little fort with a littler fort. If you want to get your fort on, you're gonna have to collect them all and make your own. But we're gonna give you a trading post this time.
And that also is kind of nice, I suppose, because you got like almost dynamics with the different soldiers then, because you have British soldiers or the Redcoats that are more interested in trade, right? So they have this thriving trading port, and then the governor or the governor's men, the
French are
they're just arming up. They're like defending their area. So
I mean, I remember at the time everyone just lumped them in together, Bluecoats and Redcoats for the soldiers, and they were all versus the pirates. So maybe Lego sort of cottoned onto that and thought, oh well, they'll just shove the trading post next to El Dorado anyway. But I totally agree. It's they could all be fighting each other. You could have a Red versus Bluecoats scenario. Totally. That would be great to see.
God save the king.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan, but I will remain apolitical on the show and not reveal my.
I'll say the things. I'm over here in America.
You can say what you want. I'll get arrested if I say anything.
Well, for now, we'll see what happens. But I think I'm allowed to say "God save the king" in America. Not that I.
For sure.
I don't know about much of that anymore. But at the time, that slogan works well for what we're looking at here. So did you guys fill out, the Game Guru says, did you guys fill out that Lego survey asking what we'd all like to see? I know some people did online. I was seeing people. I didn't get over to it, but
I know it's the whole, man. You can't complain if you don't vote, but I just didn't. I'm just not interested. They don't care what I think. I'm nothing to them.
I'm tired of Lego basically like using all of their platforms to just like pick the brains of their most devoted fans and then not serve them in any way. So, or use it to kind of, I don't know, make their own profit more.
They just want my data.
It's kind of what they did with Lego Ideas and even Bricklink Design. And I'm still on the fence with the Bricklink Design stuff, but like, just because I've tried it a few times. I think it does actually put a lot of money into the pockets of some of the fan designers, and so does the Lego Ideas program. But I'm getting a little tired of Lego actually literally catering towards adult fans. I'm kind of sick of it. The reason I like Lego is it was a child's toy that was fun to collect as an adult, and now it's an adult toy that's annoying.
Why isn't my toy Why isn't my boy going to get pirates? Why isn't my boy going to get his own Weymouth Castle when he gets to that age? You know, he's 2 now. He'll be ripe for it in a few years. He'll be ready for his pirates. So you better get it. If you are listening, Lego, when you do care, you want to redeem yourself, give my boy some pirates, please.
Yeah. So I think one of the greatest downfalls of Lego was shifting around COVID to cater towards adults. And I have a lot more reasons to say that, and a lot more points that we can maybe.
Well, yeah, we could go on that. Namely, the fact that they said for ages it's for kids, and they were like, it's not for adults for ages, and then changed their mind when they were like, oh, we could get money.
And the domino effect of that, which I didn't even necessarily see at the time, although I knew something underlying about them, the Adults Welcome program, I left a bad taste in my mouth. And now I kind of see some of that, feel over the next 4 years after that, 4 or 5 years now that we're seeing this kind of coming full tilt that direction. I can see why I didn't like the idea. But we'll talk about that in another show. Maybe we can do a whole show about, modern Lego and then the adult community and stuff like that. Not like hating on anyone, but like just talking about
go out and try and find some contrasting views, because obviously it needs to be fair and stuff. I'm always willing to accept that there's something I've missed. I'm not a fool, everything out. There's another side to everything. But
here's a point here. Octopus says if they had never shifted towards adults, we would never have gotten any castles. Maybe. But that's the thing.
Serve both. You've got enough to serve. You're the biggest toy company in the world. Serve both. You've got no excuse. There's no excuse.
My answer to this would be, though, if they had maintained their focus on kids, we would have full castle themes and full pirate themes and themes that children like to play with, not the stuff that we have now.
Yeah, but if all of that stuff had got trickled into the pick-a-brick, then the mock artist could have been collecting on bulk parts from those sets if it was all coherent like that,
Yeah. Well, and that's a whole nother topic. So I'm not gonna.
And you can't do that arguably anyway, so we won't dwell on that though.
Right. I mean, there's some good points to be made. Yeah, they claim that the adult, shift is they brought out, the sets like what do you want to call it? Lion Knight's Castle and even the remake of Eldorado Fortress, kind of marketed towards adults for the nostalgia. But I don't know. It says they dropped Castle to begin with because Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings were competition for Castle and Star Wars and space. I mean, for sure. But then they dropped Lord of the Rings, and they did have concurrent space themes with Lord of the Rings, space themes with Star Wars, and they had a concurrent castle theme with Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. So I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe they were competing too much within their own brand, but
I can see it. I can see him beg. Please give us Lord of the Rings. We promise we won't do any castle apart from special occasions and bricklinks.
Sure.
So I can understand how that goes down.
Well, and we got Barracuda Bay through the Lego Ideas program, which I suppose is adult, centric, as well as the Blacksmith Shop, which was the Return of Castle. So it wasn't the 90th anniversary Castle. It was the Blacksmith that Return of Castle, and then Creator may actually keep Pirates and Castle alive in a way that we may not like, but it's at least there. So anyway, we can't complain too much about what happened. It is what it is. We're living in it now. The licensed products are going to be cascading down upon us in the next 5 years. It is an absolute nightmare of licensed IPs coming out of Lego. Things that nobody ever wanted to see built out of bricks is going to be happening soon. Just based on the rumors and the leaks and stuff like that. But
of course.
Anyway, all right, moving on. This is one of the best Lego ships ever made.
Oh yes. Oh,
very nice, very cool looking.
It's fantastic for so many different reasons. Where do we start? Let's start at the base. Let's start at the hull. Let's start at the bottom. I would suggest that this is the only set in which you get the narrow middle section. Remember, on the Renegade's runner, it was not there.
Right.
That was, of course, the smaller pirate ship running in tandem to about this time. You turned into a cat, bro. There you go, you're back. So you get the middle hull section, which is nice. So you can make a more elongated version of this boat. Who would have known that middle hull section would end up being so expensive on the aftermarket all these years later?
And that's why. Is that why? And this is why this ship is more rare, I guess, or harder, more expensive in the aftermarket.
So much rarer than the Clipper,
which I thought because I think the Clipper's older, right?
Clipper is older, so in theory it would be the other way around. But I
would
think
have thought,
less of these got whatever. There's just less about. And of course, speaking of sort of sought after parts, that blue 4-bar element at the back there. I can't remember the element number that they use for the lantern. That's quite spendy and blue these days. But I mean, the sail configuration and design on this is just absolutely next level for me. It was always something. I never had this one at the time, but it was always one that I pined for in the catalogue. Having sort of only the remnants of my older brother's destroyed Clipper to sort of keep me company. I wanted this so bad. Would later get the Imperial one, but the Armada one. But this is fantastic. You get the compass with this one.
Yep.
I think this is the first time compasses came on the ships for Lego. I don't think they were on the Black Seas, were they?
They might have been.
Okay, maybe there was.
Okay, come for
from
all
the beginning.
of these.
Okay, maybe compasses came for all.
Sure.
I might be being silly there. Actually, I think the
someone could maybe check on that in the comments.
They probably did actually. Yeah, but you get the nice big flag. You get this nice arched out design at the back. They almost did it. They almost gave you a little enclosed space at the back, and then sort of did the classic mid-ship thing from Lego at this time. They're all going to freeze to death at the back of the boat. We'll come on to that a bit later when I bring up my version of this, though. We'll address that a bit later. But yeah, it's a fantastic ship. Speak on it, Jason. Great.
I was just going to say, luckily they're in a tropical climate, so they'll be fine. It's definitely a privateer. Lego never got close to any of the actual Imperial, iron, not iron sides. What are those called? The man of war.
The frigates. Right? Yeah.
The big frigates with the 45.
They were huge. It was it was next level.
150 gun frigates.
And my granddad used to make ships in bottles when I was a kid. He used to sort of make those and put them into a bottle and then erect the sails and all that. And I remember looking at those at the time when I was a kid and thinking, yeah, my pirate ship doesn't look like this. This is insane. Is this what they...
Right.
And then, of course, all these years later, you can just see mock artists on the internet who've just done it, and it's insane. It's hard to do right sometimes.
I think
like a massive brick.
Yeah, I just realized also I forgot, and maybe I'll have to do a quick edit here. I forgot to add that in 2009, the final big remake in that wave was a huge Imperial flagship. Yep. And it did have a double deck with a decent amount of cannons. Yeah. And I'll try to pull in an image because I totally missed that one.
You gapped it.
It didn't show up in the brick set list.
Do you have that one, Jason?
I don't, but my buddy does. I'm missing 2 of the sets from the 2009 wave. It's both of the ships, unfortunately.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough.
So the big expensive, both the super expensive ones. But
I had that pirate when I sold it.
Yeah. Here you go. Yeah, Rocks and Forest Quiver says the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, the one you're talking about. That is, isn't it? Yeah. He did eventually get it.
And then beautiful sails on this one. Let me pull in this. Beautiful. He says Octavus says also this ship is sleek, looks nice, much better than the shorter one for the Bluecoats. Yeah, what's funny about the short one for the Bluecoats is it's wider and shorter. Yeah. So it's like this funny, almost potbelly boat, floating around here. So.
Yeah, it suits a tugboat configuration like that, but not so much. Yes, this was much more streamlined. Nice color scheme. I always like the color accent choice on some of these pirates and Imperial ships, and the blue with the lantern and the flag cannon covers is lovely too.
Yeah. No, I think most of us kind of hate the brick build sales, Josh. Yeah. We're not fans, but we take what we can get.
Unless it's like when sometimes the one element is a curved piece of plastic as a raft sail, or sometimes
like a raft.
Some of the technique elements done as a sail with big panels that can sometimes look really cool. But brick when it's plates and plated up, it just winds me up, man. And then when people start doing the design of the sail in brick on top, it just gets like you've got this massive thick build to be held.
I don't know. I've done it myself because I'm doing an alto or something, but it's not ideal. It's not my cloth sails for sure are going to be the go-to, I think. Real quick, I wanted to point out that the little crew guy, the red and white striped pirate, looks like he's part of their crew. So it's fun to see Lego using these guys as a
bosun or
sailors or Crew. Bosun, something like that. So it's like it kind of opens up that possibility that maybe not all of these guys, and we'll see that later in Imperial, the trade post itself. But not all the guys that have the little striped shirts are necessarily pirates. They're almost, I wouldn't say civilians, but they're almost like that generic, worker guy that you can put into pirate ships or red coat, blue coat ships and have them kind of working together. So kind of fun. It hints at that at least here. And then we'll pull in a couple of alt builds. This one is for the Imperial Outpost and then Cannon Cove down here. We don't need to talk too heavily on these. I did just want to bring this because I remember staring at the back of this one.
Great.
For hours, just like looking at all of the little things that you could do with it. The tower always I thought was funky and silly with the doors and the cannon on top.
Yeah, that's what's happening these doors. Whoa.
Yeah, but it was fun. I just remember staring at all the imagery and like really seeping it into my brain.
Sorry,
go ahead. No. Oh, I was just gonna say the middle build. Was that what you were gonna point out? The middle build here?
Or the Forestman style sort of. That's interesting.
Yeah.
My favorite one is on Cannon Cove, the middle one that's kind of like a little rock tower with a cannon at the top. I love that. It's great.
I think
that's something I'd stick on the base plate in one of my mocks or something.
Yep. Cool. That could be like if you got 2 Cannon Coves, build one that way and nestle it next to the other one, and then you've really got a decent fort, I think. So
if you could have got that Woolworths bargain bin time just right and got 4 Cannon Coves for 20 quid, you'd have been 14 like crazy. You'd have like 8 soldiers and 4 pirates or bosuns. Yes, the only one I like is the tower with the cannon above the burp. Yeah, Octavian's on it with us.
It's on it. That's a good one. Yeah, that could be its own little set. I'd say maybe build out the open base plate next to it with maybe a little camp. Maybe put right here. Look at this. I fixed it. Wait for it. Put this little guy cooking. Build that whole scene right where that bush is.
Right where that bush is on that plant.
You got yourself a whole nother Imperial Guard set right here.
Oh yes. Yeah, amazing.
You did it.
You're inspiring me now. I want to go and rock. Too many other real world jobs to do.
Yeah. And then here's like probably the best Lego set ever made. I don't know. I mean, it's in my top like 5, maybe even the top. Look at that. Just like actually moment of silence for this.
Moment. Let's have a moment. Clock it.
Yeah, there it is. They don't make stuff like this anymore, man. Like, even if they remade it, you'd get a little bit of a taste, but like just the art of this image, forget if it's even a set that you can buy, is so charming. Like it's
gorgeous. Look at that milkshake sky, dude. I just want to drink it.
It's nuts. Just look at it for a bit. I'm gonna actually I'm gonna crop in an image of why don't you give your spiel, maybe read some comments while I crop in an image of the big 2009 Imperial flagship here. Bask in that for a bit.
Josh Greathouse says he's shocked that no one's 3D printing base plates. That's weird, Josh, because I mentioned that last week. Somehow we got into it, and I just said, like, can someone really not just vacuum form a few of these base plates and get them pad printed? Like, because this is crazy. It's so cool. So I totally agree. But yeah, this trading ship's amazing. The ship is my favorite part about the set. And the set's amazing, and I'm not even taking away from the set when I say that. It's just such a great ship design. Mocked it up. I actually had this ship sails made by a third-party guy. Exactly the same sails. Really close to the same quality, exactly the same sizes, but instead of this design, I had the Armada crown put on it because it's for my Armada guys. I showed it a few weeks ago, a couple of months maybe now. But yeah, so it's a great set. It's a great composition. You get, think about your Black Tron Alpha Centauri base across 232 by 32 base plates. Here we've got it again, but here now for the pirates, we've got our slope down into the water, into the bay. We've got a little lovely bridging over to some builds on the other side, some reasonably substantial builds on the other side. I have heard some criticism that the other side is a little bit less populated. But if you look at it, it's all kind of sparsely populated, even up on the base plate. But what is populated is fantastically positioned, and it's kind of the right little build. I love the crane house at the back. It's a really lovely set. One thing that, again, I'm only doing this because I feel like I should be fair and try and I've got so much love for it. It's sickly. I should counterbalance it with some critique. And for some reason, the yellow arches underneath the port wind me up a bit. I wish they were dark grey. Easy enough thing to swap. Would never change that if I was displaying this piece because it's a work of art. I would never change it out of principle. But sometimes I look at that, I was like, why are they yellow? Although, why is anything yellow? And if we're going to go there, but for some reason that just bugged me when I'm thinking about when I first saw it. Now I can live with it because it's just dead cute and dead Lego. I like the yellow crates as well. They're really cool. Made with the bricks and the little. So I always love that circular piece with the hole that the crane could pick up bits that are traded.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah, you get to trade with it, which is, you get to crane your little elements onto the boat, and all the elements are pretty small enough to get on the boat, and you get your play value. You get to enact the scene. You get to raise your drawbridge, bring the boat through. You get to attack with pirates as all this is going on, and you've got a sail to boot on your dinghy for the pirates as well. So I mean,
it's a fully complete build.
I could go on and on. You know what I mean? Wheat or grain, Octavian is saying, for those little crates. Possibly wheat or grain.
Exactly. The cargo is one of my favorite things. The chest,
spices, all sorts. They're probably shipping a few herbs around. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, more than likely. Also, I love the munitions. They have the little canisters of munitions.
Yeah.
So they got like 2 or 3 of them, or maybe it's just two of them.
It's the one in the loft or something.
Yeah. I think there's another in the loft. So there's like a storehouse. So what's fun about this is the storehouses. You might have said or leaned into that yet, but there's like storing areas too. So there's like areas kind of for the admiral to drink because he just does that the whole time. But like there's also like underground storage, of course, in the base plate down below, and then there's a loft with the crane. The crane can like lift these into the loft kind of, and you can store more ammunition and stuff up in the roof here. So it's got some great little features like that.
It's just never ends.
Crates. There we go. Oh yeah, you pulled that comment.
I really find this to be an equivalent to the Alpha Centauri Blacktron 2 base in space. I really feel there's a lot of similarities, even down to the gridded 8x8. Middle of the raised base plate where you've got more storage space there and stuff. It's just sort of reminds me of it. You get the ship, the really cool ship. That one had a really cool ship with it. It's just a really nice paralleling set to that. I went the Blacktron route as a kid. Probably wish I'd have gone this route, but never say never. I've got this now anyway. I've not got it in box, but I've got all the parts.
No, I have this set as well. I don't have the box, but I also think this might be the only set in this whole thing to have hatchets, like tomahawks or hatchets here, because it's very East India Trading Company vibes, right? So you got these little crew guys with the hatchets, and there's multiple ones there. I think the only guy who's really a pirate in this set might be the guy in the boat.
Yeah,
because you got these other guys. Well, no, I guess the bandana. So maybe the bandanas
and the other
bandana guy. Yeah, but these guys are actual little. They got their little tricorns, so they're like.
And you get awesome dudes. Yeah. No, the minifigs are great. I always love soldiers, fully decked out, backpack, epaulets, hat. They're just badass every time. And Woodhouse is just getting drunk, and that's just what he does. That's his thing. Same as t'other one. What's the other one? Broadside, Governor Broadside. But we get a really awesome guy on the boat, really cool.
Torso, the trader. I mean, he's your trader, right? I mean, he could be a privateer, but he's got the trade boat. So I would say maybe him, the guy with the little vest, which only comes on Skull's Eye Schooner in this set.
And this,
he might be these guys carrying the chest out in front here might be his boys. They could all crew that ship together with their little tricorn hats. Not pirates, but like actual trading vessels. So
I mean, this pirate has got balls of steel because these boys just need to turn this cannon a little bit to the right and it's not finished in a bad way, really. But it's just great. It's hard to articulate the love for that build. Have you got a alt build slide for this one, perchance?
It's this right here. This is it. It's kind of blurry. I kind of blew it up as big as I could without
it's tough
losing it. But
right. My favorite's the middle bottom. What are we saying?
Middle bottom is pretty good. I don't know though. This top image it's kind of calling to me with that dock and the crane at the end.
Yeah.
I guess that Yeah.
Make all these boats, man.
Yeah. Middle bottom is compact. I do like that big, like lantern crane, whatever thing coming off here. Maybe that's like a lighthouse or a marker or something. A lot of nice stuff. I like the use of these yellow corner 3 stud pieces. It's like almost like sand against it, or maybe like the yellow brick creating that like fort wall angle at the bottom.
Yes. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah.
Like a little mini trading post thing going on there. There's some cool boats. I might have to make some of these boats. Especially, there's some cool boats going on here. They're all slightly different. The alt builds for this are really good. I think I really rate them. I don't hate any of them.
Josh says they both look
like they look pretty real. I think I like the way you've got the 2-tier roof in the top one. We got that slope and then something else hinged on, another plate hinged on by the looks of it that slopes out from that. That's nice to get those 2 angles. I like in the one that I mentioned I liked with the big lighthouse crane thing that they've used black as a roof color for a plate as well. It was red. Gives another dimension to sort of, again, mock fuel for if you're doing some red coat stuff. I just think these are particularly useful alt builds for envisioning
if nice you had I mean, unfortunately I agree, and I would say if you had more than one of these sets, which most people don't have one because they're really hard to get a hold of and they're very expensive. My local store has a couple of these, but I think they're like 700, 800, 900 used or something like that. So they're almost $1,000 used now. Wild. But maybe it's like 7 something. Anyway,
it's totally not worth that.
No, it's crazy. I would have to recheck the prices, but I don't remember. But anyway, all that to say, if you had a couple of these, building out this top one and that center one, and then having the main one built too, like you could just have a whole
with all the boats as well.
Port City with all the boats and the couple of different ones here and stuff. I love it, dude. I really, I'm gonna call it for myself. It's the top build. The top build feels the most cohesive.
No, it's cool.
I like the height difference and stuff on the towers. Something about
I like it when we have a difference of opinion because we're normally pretty on the same page. So it's interesting when we've got there's something I like. And I'm not always a big fan when they build the front of the raised base plate uploads like on the one that I do like. But there's just something about that I think is quite cute.
I'll give you.
It's hard to properly tell.
Sure, I'll give you this one down here. I'll give extra points though for the black roof they did. And those little chimney pieces coming off of that whole section right there. That's some peak design right there. I love that part of the build for sure.
That was sort of that's kind of the main.
I don't know if he's trolling or not.
Laura's got 5. I bet it's true.
He might be actually. That's crazy, bro. All right.
Tell us at the end. Reveal at the end whether you were trolling or not, because that's amazing if you've got 5. But I wouldn't be paying 900 quid for one of these. It's just not enough parts for that much money. But the parts there are fantastic. I mean, it depends. If I'd want my sales to be pristine for 900 quid.
Yeah, that's fair.
But there you go.
He says
totally kidding.
Totally trolling us. All right, I'm going to pull off a couple of these slides. We're going to shift pretty heavily from our classic. Oh, hang on one second before we go that. Since we're sitting here in the classic vibe, Stephen Andolph says, which I haven't seen you in here in a while, man. So thanks for dropping a comment. Thanks for dropping by. I think you used to watch our old show with Andrew. Have you seen the video SE Nostalgia is a Lie? Lego Pirates Design Language Part 1 by
No, but that sounds amazing.
I should take a look. Sounds awesome. Thanks for shouting that out. Guys, if you guys want more Lego content, go check that out for sure. I'm going to pull. Sorry about that. Keep turning into a cat, man. My phone, my phone updated and I lost my I can't find my menu thing for when you can turn the phone to do not disturb. It was like an interface that just popped onto it, and now I have to go find it and set it all back up, and so now I can't do that. So when someone calls or texts or something, it tries to divert me from the live stream.
Tech, man, it's annoying.
That's how professional we are here on the Brick Stomp Live show.
So professional.
I know, it's crazy.
It's about the spirit of the thing. It's not always about the sleek stuff.
All right, so yeah, no, I get it. All right, and Joe Hardy, yeah, you're in here too. One of my friend's parents got this from Kmart Lego sale for $25.
Amazing. That's what I'm saying, dude. These bargains were about.
All right, it's gonna be it's a bit of a hard jump from here from what we just looked at. One of the most, not just the best Redcoat set probably ever made, but one of the best Lego sets ever made. Jumping into this,
certainly one of my favorite waves.
It's a bit of a jolt jumping into 2009. But
let's see what they did with it. Let's see what they did with it. So this is Lego dropping back into Pirates in 2009, and sort of their factions are, revisiting our standard Pirates with some new torsos and our Redcoats. So let's have a look at our new Redcoats torso. What's your feelings on this?
Well, so overall, when I first saw the leaked images of this, I was pretty excited for Pirates to come back. It had been a long time since we saw anything with them, and so this was kind of exciting to see. Now, I will say, in the spirit of the old Pirates sets, we do have the Imperial guy right up here, with his little armor stand. That was like a $3 set, $3 or $4 set. We have the cannon. You can get a full-on cannon with another pirate. That's like a $9 or $10, maybe $7 set. I can't remember. So as far as the wave like rollout, I think they did exactly what I want every Lego set or every Lego theme moving forward to do. I want Lego to revert back to this, not to continue the trash that they keep pushing, in 2026, where nothing is affordable and they have like everything's $200 if you like.
If you're lucky, $700 for a Pokemon.
200 plus, so still being a premium, collectible toy while also catering to the market that you claim you cater to, which is kids. So anyway, as far as the rollout of this thing, beautiful. I absolutely love it. Some of the design's a little weak. We got some goofy, use of things. We got the tan rope bridge though. They brought that back. Overall, I actually don't hate a lot of what's going on here. I say at the very least, it has the spirit of the original.
I was going to say, I totally agree. Overall, is the bits that I would have done different? Of course. Yeah. But who cares about what I think? Like, let's look at this for what it is. We've got Pirates back, yay. Not sure. I was never really sure about those big flags in the sort of plastic, flimsy sort of. I'm not dead keen on that. But we did get the little flag reprinted. Yeah, on a whole, I quite like the sets. They represent the waves nice. You've got your little sets, your collectible sets, the mid set, your mid big set. Later we get the really big ship. Everything's there that was there before. You can't argue with that. You got your equivalent to Raft Raiders here. There's your equivalent to Forbidden Island right there, but it's not on a base plate because Lego have gone to building on plates now. And I can even forgive. There's a lot going. There's a lot to like. And again, it wasn't ridiculously expensive at this point. It wasn't too bad. So we're getting as close as you're going to get to the 90s configuration here. So like you say about the rollout, you're totally right, because this is what I want them to do now, really. And imagine how snot building it'd be now from them. They'd make it really quirky and,
Sure.
We get glimpses with the GWP, the Scary Pirate GWP. We get glimpses, but we never really got back here. So.
Yeah, and I don't know that we ever will. I mean, it might take a real wake-up call, for Lego to ever return to, cohesive themes with factions. I mean, we have left that behind fully at this point. There are licensed products like Harry Potter. I will shout out being one of the best rollouts still available with the price range and the type and variety of kits you get for that.
Agreed.
That might be, and Star Wars sort of they've actually kind of fallen off the edge, in my opinion, recently, but or even less recently. But all that to say, we have fully left behind the era of Lego where Lego created a theme and then factions within that theme. I would say, except for perhaps, that's not like connected to some sort of big story and TV show like Ninjago or Dreams or something like that. I guess there's technically factions inside those, but they're like kind of more creature things and races of things, as opposed to here's factions: Black Falcons, Knights, Pirates, Imperial, Blacktron, Mtron. We've left that all behind. So, anyway, just to kind of revert back to this at some time, maybe. Who knows? Probably not. But I think Lego's fully restructuring its complete like library and how they're going to roll out things into the future. So take a look at this stuff, because this is kind of what I always expected up until maybe 2020, 2022. 2020, I always expected when Lego would create a new theme or do something in-house that it would look something like this. This is what you kind of expect, right? The leaks come out and it's all that. City's the only one that really keeps doing stuff like that. And even that's just kind of a spattering of random stuff across the board every 6 months. So it's wild stuff. But all right, sure. So you got these things. These look great. Let's pull in the next image. We got to keep cooking. We got some mocks to show, and we can only stay on here for so long. So let's do this. So these are the bigger ones here. So we do have a full pirate ship. It's called I believe this one was the Brickbeard's Bounty. So.
Brickbeard Bounty. I had this one. I sold it at the beginning of the Lego career because the sales had gone tan. The white, it was a bit more tan in the sales because I think it sat. I bought it in 2009 at the time. It was half price, and paid about £50 for it because I was like really excited that pirates had come back. And I wasn't even AFOLing then. I wasn't really recollecting Lego. I just saw it and thought, oh, amazing! I've got to get this. And sort of bought it because I got a job and stuff. And it sat there for a while, but I realised it was quite sought after. But I needed money for parts, so I actually sacrificed this to get loads of black 4444s.
Yeah. I would have held on to it if I was you, but you got to do what you need to do. You got to be building out your library. So we have a raised base plate, which is amazing, which is notable for this time. It was one of the last ones.
Islanders vibe a little bit as well.
Yeah. We got a wrecked ship guy or a wrecked marooned sailor here with a little treasure of gold. Overall, we got alligators. We got a new mold for a shark that can eat people. We got the governor's daughter here on the ship. We got the unique admiral with his dark blue and red sash print, and then a full remake of the red guy with the red coat with his new printed torso and the printed hats, which I preferred the plain hats for a long time, but now I kind of like that we have this variant, regardless of whether you like one or the other. It's nice to have a variant, right? Because the variation across uniforms back then was absolute. There's all over. So there was so many different little details and add-ons and decorations. So to have a Lego hat that's printed like this is kind of nice. Cool. So overall, build wise, this fort is kind of just chilling here. It's not doing much for me. There's half the fort is like this weird little dark blue roof awning with like two posts. Like that's not much.
Flimsy, just two antennas.
I appreciate the callback to the red brick pattern, even though those are not printed. Those are stickers.
Those stickers.
Yeah, but I at least appreciate that they acknowledged it, and kind of brought it back in their own way.
Yeah, for sure. A little bit, I've got a few of them, but they don't really incorporate well with the other ones somehow. One thing I'll say about those, though, I've been surprised. I've probably got about 6 or 7 of those on the aftermarket off Brick Owl as I've been getting stuff. And weirdly, I've never had one with a really terribly placed sticker. For some reason, the stickers on that one always seem to be pretty well placed on, which is interesting. Because normally, you know what it's like. You can get some stuff. The stickers are all over the shop. There's some nice elements. The tower's kind of cool. The prison cell bit's cool, but middle bit's lacking a bit. And whilst it gives it a dynamic, and I appreciate it, like you say, it's a bit missing. However, you have got those pinned side sections at the end.
No, you can.
So there's the suggestion there that you can get a couple, and
I believe you can actually take the tower and you can place it at an L like it is, or you can run it straight across. So that's kind of nice. The modularity is always fun. If you pull in some of these, the little cannon guy or maybe the little weapons guy, you can trick out that awning, right? Put this weapon back under the awning. You get another soldier, right? So there's a lot of stuff happening here, that you can kind of combine. This base, the wrecked ship, the pirate base, you could combine perhaps with this island base plate, right? You could bring in this dark blue boat, bring it back to the fort here, give the rowboat with the Captain Brick back to the island, so you can kind of separate the factions and give them some stuff, because the dark blue rowboat shows up a few times, which is pretty nice. So you can have those
for sure
in front here, right, with like different things getting lowered into them with the crane and everything. So it's definitely there. It's there.
That's what's really good about this. It's the wave's coherent and it's set up exactly as you say. If you got it all, you can do it all, but you need to have it all.
And I think this might be the last set to come with that Johnny Thunder style palm tree in reddish brown. Look at that.
Yeah, because that went then, didn't it? Yeah, I noticed you can get them in reddish brown, and I've thought sometimes, what set was that? And of course, it's this one, isn't it?
And you can pull. I believe there's gold underneath it. I think you can pull that up, and there's like, or it's on a pin or something. I can't remember. I have all of these except for the ship. But and I had multiples. This is what I'm talking about, though. This is why I liked how they did it. I have multiples of the cannon.
Did you get this at the time when it came out then?
Yeah, I got it all during the time it came out, and I got multiples of, I think I got 2 of the little camping pirate. I got like 5 of the weapon guy, and I got like 4 of the cannon guys. So like, because they were like $6.50, right? Like $7 or something like that. I don't remember. I could look it up the prices, but I don't care. And then I got 1 of the bigger ones, 1 of each. The fort, the island, So anyway, let me see if I can find the images of the other ones, because there's 2 other cool sets that this came with, and then we'll jump into mocks and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me see if I can find it though. There's a pretty cool there's the big Imperial ship we're gonna look at. And I did crop an image while we were talking. There's
just while you're looking at. Oh, okay, yeah.
Take a look at this. This is an advent calendar.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So this just adds more. You get another female pirate. You get you get all the cool figs from this wave, right? You get the shipwrecked guy, the mermaid, which I think only comes
on the ship.
On the ship and this set. So you get another mermaid with a printed tailpiece, Captain Brickbeard. The female pirate, which only comes.
I don't think she comes with the clam on the ship, though.
So no, I don't think so. And then the monkeys, a couple of soldiers, and then of course you get a bunch of little mini builds and stuff. So
great,
just kind of fun to look at. Kind of, they really did. Again, like love it or hate it as far as designs and stuff. They gave you a whole wave.
They gave it all.
And then I think the year after this stuff was kind of going out, or maybe came out, they did the flagship, literally the flagship set, which was the flagship. And I think I have an image here. I just need to find out where I saved it real quick. So
yeah, for sure.
Let me grab that.
So 8 minifigs, it's decent.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Oh yeah, the flagship, the big boy.
So here it is. This is the big boy, and this is as close as they got, in my opinion, until Bricklink Design Program, which I don't actually consider official Lego set waves. They're something kind of on their own. Which you got the frigate Fortuna, I think, is probably the most accurate Man of War style ship that they've done. Sure. But as far as official,
this for a system one,
direct to like actual stores, you could pick this up, from Lego as a fully produced set. This is the one that they did. So I mean, you got what is it? 1, 2, 3. It's a 4 cannon, and I think this one came with cannons on the other side as well.
I think 4 and 4.
So 4.
But the good thing about this is, of course, you've got the below deck finally, so you can take the deck off.
Mm-hmm. And you could easily run all these black little arches. You could pop some of these off and run another set of 4 cannons on the front upper deck. So you could technically run this with 16 guns very easily. It would not take much to like
swap them out for those 2x4 arches with the higher arch and just run cannons along the top again. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Get a double decker on. It's a great set. I've got just nothing but love for this set. It's really well designed. I love the way that they do all the bowsprits and I love the front. I love what they do at the front. I know there's quite a lot of 45 slopes going up in a line there, but like when you look at the whole thing and all those curves working together, it is lovely. There's a few different like solutions there, and the use of the palisade bricks, nice. Even though you kind of want your lines running that way, it does make sense. And what I always liked about this, the captain's quarters on this one, and the the pirate one. It's the design around the window with the inverted 75 and the arch and the inverted 75.
It's very nice, yeah.
A lovely touch.
That with this one too.
Yes, you do. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about building the pirate one. So yeah, lovely touch that. Lovely set. Yeah, not much to grumble about here.
It's pretty decent. They got the little cabin boy looking guy. Comes with
his little knife.
It comes with the Admiral again, and another one. So maybe this isn't the Admiral's daughter, or that he has more than one, because this is another minifigure. Yeah. And the only reason I draw attention to the female figures in these sets is because at the time they weren't very prominent or plentiful. It was hard to get any kind of like female figures for this time era. So to get one with the cool dresses of the time and stuff, and unfortunately, a lot of times what they do, I guess you got a pirate one here, but like nowadays they just slap female heads onto a bunch of random torsos and say like, okay, this is the ladies that you get in your sets, instead of having them period accurate.
Yeah.
Not that Lego needs to be period accurate on everything. I think someone just pointed out that that's not the case here with the ship, but I think it was Steven. But it is nice to at least have one or two that are like not in just like Imperial officer garb, and actually, have a cool period dress from the time, because it's nice whether or not you want them to be soldiers, whatever, you can do what you want, but having some of those to put in your fort as the ladies of the town, or like people in as civilians, even like these the gal here on the plank, they're making her walk the plank here, which is pretty funny. But and then this lady back here in the blue dress, both of these could be civilians too.
For sure.
Cool not medieval, colonial
pirate
town or something.
Pirate town. In the pub.
So anyway, just to go on a rant. Now the Lego they're all like, look, we added more women to the sets, but all you did was just put women's heads on a bunch of the guy torsos.
Yeah, like, well, they don't want to get involved in like the roles of women or.
And it's fine. Like I'm not gonna. I'm not going to freak out about it, but it's
whatever it is. But it just seemed a bit more tasteful. I think more considered at this time. It'd be nice to see more of this. I'll just leave it at that. A couple of interesting comments. Stephen Andolph saying that, just mentioning, of course, Lego isn't real life, sort of what we're just talking about. But, look at those colours and decorations from ships of the 17th and 18th century. And you're right, some fantastic decoration there. Octavian's actually built this one recently, and he's just saying how much he prefers the standard prefab hull pieces. And I agree. I do like those prefab hull pieces. They're great. The old ones on this wave. They just look great. I don't mind snot, but this always looks preferable to me.
Yeah. You don't have to build your ship like the creator ships. Like these hull pieces are built for a reason the way they are, to make it really look nice, and it's quite a nice piece. I'm all for the prefab big hull pieces to build your base of your boat.
Same as the burp argument for me. Does you put a burp?
100%. Yeah.
And then Josh Greathouse, who said we just need a remake of Master and Commander now, and maybe we'll get some pirate sets if they're only going to do intellectual properties. So you bang on the money there, Josh.
Lorem doesn't like the hair pieces and the hats. I kind of like them because the ponytails are actually accurate for the men of the time. So I just put them on all the guys because they all had ponytails and wigs back then. So it works out for me. I just
wish there was more hair colors. That's my only grumble. I wish there was ginger.
Sure. There's that, as long as they keep making ones without. Also, that's my stipulation. Like, I'm fine with having the ponytails on the hats. Just make me some without them, so I can have variety.
Yeah, don't supersede
I don't want all of them to be. Yeah, exactly. And I will agree with Lorem here on Johnny Thunder and like Indiana Jones. I think the hair molded on those hats looks like trash. I absolutely hate it. But I don't mind it on the tricorns with the ponytails because it's kind of just feels kind of authentic. Yeah. So there was a lot of really good comments. Octavo was talking about how the forts and the buildings looked really nice. The bases looked great. I'm not going to be able to pull up everybody's comments because we got to keep cooking along here. But there was a couple other really good points they were making. Dang, I kind of wanted to pull up a couple of those. But the old alligators, right? Yeah, here we go. The old crocs. I think Laura might have pointed that out as well. Crusader says that the fort can be made with old classic parts, so you could probably just integrate it into the stuff we were looking at earlier in the live stream. The old classic sets. Both. Lorem, both hats.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind a variation as long as they don't kill the original, right? Like,
No.
And they do kill the original a lot of the times. They get rid of the part and they replace it with one I don't care for. So as long as we keep them both going, I'm happy. Let's see. So there was one other comment I was going to pull in, but maybe we just keep going. It had something to do with the sets we were just taking a look at.
Okay.
Oh no, it was Steven was asking about what do you think of the new panel piece with the arch window? We're talking about the 4x1.
4x1. Yeah, it's nice. You can do some cool stuff with it if you come in front of it, but I prefer my old one.
I prefer the old one, but I might prefer it a lot for the reason that it's old, and just reminds me of all the old classic stuff. It's a weird design. I will give you that. Yeah. It's a weird design. I think they made it notched on the sides to make it very supported. Like when you built with it could clip in and be like supported on the edges.
Yeah.
And then now later on, you realize, just a 4 straight panel doesn't need the notches in the bottom and top to stay strong. You can build something pretty sturdy without that by running plates along the tops or something like that. The weird, I get the plate, the little lip on it, the three brick lip that's lower that comes off the top to support like your ramp or whatever below it. So it makes sense for those old castles for sure. This one, I'm just going to say it. This one's probably, as far as like mocking and designing sets moving forward, is easier to use.
Because it's an even number for a start.
That's the biggest thing, is it's an even number. So I don't have to put a post next to it to create a 6, or whatever. So.
One thing I will say, just while we're on this exact point, I've noticed something this last few weeks while I've built a few bits. You know the technique where you slide a shield into the window arch of the old one, the 5 wide one? Yeah. That doesn't work as well on these ones. I don't know whether it's slightly thinner.
It might be slightly.
So but instead wobbly when you put it in compared to it doesn't have that nice flush fit in. So that's kind of weird.
I would assume it is because of that. They hollowed the whole back out and they probably made the panel thinner because they're always making holes and things and stuff to make it cheaper. Yeah. So they're always thinning things out.
Someone needs to tell Lego
hollowing stuff.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. All right, so that was the 2009 reboot of the Redcoats, and it's the last reboot that they get.
Amazing.
Until whenever, unless the Lego decides at some point to, change its ways and repent and go back to the light. We may not ever see Redcoats show up again. So, unless maybe popping into some random creator pirate set or something like that. Or maybe a GWP, right? Something like that. Because Blue Coats has been remade 3 times since the 90s. 2 times since the 90s. Full wave in 2014 and then returned in 2020.
The Eldorado.
The Eldorado was
2022, was it?
Yeah. So, all right. I only have one mock for this, and it's technically not even really for this. It uses the same flags, but it's not technically Redcoats, but it is. I consider it's a custom faction I created with existing parts, and I consider it part like a sub theme or sub faction of the Imperial Guard. So, and I think I know you probably know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I know both the ones you're talking about. You've got 2 that do that.
So I'm going to pull these in. It's technically 2. And I do have 2 images, maybe 3 images for it, but no, it's 2 images. So it is technically 2, but it's 2 in 1 kind of a thing. So. I lost my files 1 second because I was jumping so far.
That's fine, man.
But yeah, I'm going to pull this mock in and we can take a look at it before we get into the couple that you have here. So,
oh yeah.
Here we go. So I have Broadside Bay, and I used the classic firefighter torsos from town to create a whole nother faction or sub-faction, an elite faction within the Imperial Guard.
The Royal Marines, this wasn't it, Jason?
I believe that's what I called them, yeah. I think they were Royal Marines.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to remember exactly. I had to pull up the Instagram account. It was either Royal Marines or Royal Guard. I might have called them Royal Guard.
I always remembered it as Royal Marines. The greens were the Queen's Guard, with the green ones.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Marines. It's funny. It's been, I create something cool like this and then forget what I called it.
Yeah. Oh, I've stared at these, mate, for inspiration. They're fresh in my memory.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, and here's a good example of pulling in, new parts. You can see the lantern up here. It's got that new slope piece. You got the new door, the Harry Potter door, I call that, or something like that. Right down in the bottom, the basement with the water and the cobblestones down there. You got some new. The little crab is new, right? So you're gonna have a decent amount of new pieces. The masonry brick kind of creating details along the cannon, underneath the cannon there. But I think it's a decent example of really bringing a classic vibe with using new pieces just by using techniques and colors, right? So,
yeah, for sure. It's lovely. It's beautiful. I love the telescope design at the top with you've gone the extra step and put the trans 1x1 circle on, which is nice. Gives it the lens piece. Pretty classic. I know you've used a couple of new bits, but the way you've done them is very classically. The way that lantern's been held, like you just mentioned at the top with that slope, that's gorgeous. Black and white flags, very striking, very in keeping with them. And I love the fact that you've gone with a satchel, not the backpack, just to add a different variant. Lovely.
Right. Satchel makes them feel like they're, Well, the satchel works really well for these guys. And when I build out some of the big pirate stuff I'll be working on soon, I'll probably have a whole regiment with satchels, because it really does, harken to the powder bag and the powder horn that they would have slung across their uniform.
Oh, yes.
Having variety with satchels and backpacks, I think, really adds a lot to any mock or group of soldiers. So, what's he holding up there in the tower? That's a telescope. Yeah, it's just a gray one instead of a pearl gold. I used gray.
Lovely.
For that.
Those are those little touches that make it brick stop. The very specific choice of color and not to deviate that, even if it's a bit pricier. I like that.
Sure.
What I like about this is the more you look at it, there's a bit more detail in the layering. Like this, if you look where the Royal Marine's coming down the steps at the front, just to his side, you can see there's some little windows under those arches that protrude. In the top as well as the main arch below it, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right, Jason? Which is a really nice touch. And then that kind of theme. And that carries on underneath the cannon station where you've got those arches, and you've really played the dark grey in really well. Then up to light grey, and then up to the white, separated by black. It just really works in this. And the juxtaposition between that monochrome and the tropical colours of its setting is really nice as well. So I love this faction. I'll be interested to see what everyone else thinks.
Yeah, no, it seems like it's a fire mocks as Bricks and Matrix.
Totally fire. Yeah.
Dang,
I made a vote for these guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Chris Jones says looks awesome. Loving the fireman uniforms. Yeah, you had to really strip away any kind of concept of firefighters with these guys or city. But I think once you trick them out with the hats, the epaulets, and the bags, and give them the white gloves and the white, it is all about color. Like it's a color scheme, thing, and I think it does actually work. At first glance, they do look like
oh, totally,
sharpshooters or something from that time. So I think it worked out okay. Octava likes where'd it go? Nope, it jumped. Someone else. Where'd you go? Whatever. He dropped a comment saying he liked the colors as well. Here it is, right here. Lovely colors. Probably like the black torsos. Yeah. And these torsos are really quite cheap. They are vintage and pretty old, but they aren't hard to get a hold of for the most part. They're pretty cheap torsos if you want to trick out a faction like this. So,
No, I made a bunch. I've got about 14 of these guys all tricked out, ready for the mock. I just need to find the time. I've got the pieces together to build the double one of this with the lion's head in it and everything.
We're gonna look at that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just ruined the surprise.
No, it's not a surprise. That's what goes well with the guns, backpacks for the long distance trek. Yeah, swords and small guns. And Crusader likes how the island itself is incorporated into the fort. That's looking at this now, this kind of reminds me of more your work, Jim, where you have the rocks kind of climbing up the builds a lot. I use a little more greebling around here, like you do with the little stones and cobbles and things like that. So I can kind of see. I mean, I built this before you were mocking, but like I kind of see maybe some of that there.
Can you see where you've had an influence on me, Jason?
Perhaps. And if you've leaned into that, I've actually leaned more and more into the strict palettes and the less and less details of the old classic.
But that's the thing. You can never get away from your true imprint. It's just you could kind of take an idea and then run with it and sort of you embellish the bits that you like about the builds, don't you? So, totally. Totally. I put my hands up and I say it every week. You know, I just you've got a lot of very inspiring both color schemes and building styles, and so have many other great mock artists on the Instagram platform. You're not the only one. There's plenty more, but this is really, really tasteful in a way, and pretty comprehensive as well. Like it's a lot of pieces there, but it's not.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You've kept it pretty system style. You know, it's not new building. It's the system style, but it's that extra 15-20% worth of bricks chucked at it that you do so well. So well done, great set design. And is the base plate actually a plate? It's not the it's plates, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah, I think it's two of the big.
Yes,
it is. Two of the the square plates. The standard plates.
16 by 16.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay, and then I made an expansion to this. Oh, and it says it's too big to upload. Oh, no, I can move it. I just had too many slides.
Oh, sorry. I thought I can take some out.
No.
I'm blocking.
I got it right here because I.
Awesome. You're in for a treat here, folks. This is one of my favorite brickstock mocks ever. Check this out. Hold on to your butts.
All right, so it should be jumping in now here.
Drum roll. Look at that.
There it is. So it's funny because this is technically an expansion to this little one next to it, but really you could consider the little one an expansion to this bigger piece. I don't know because it's so much bigger. But and I had a name for this too because I think it was Cannon Bay or something like that. It wasn't super original, but this is what was this? This was Broadside Bay. I think maybe I did Cannon something or something
it was Cannon something. I should remember, shouldn't I?
I should remember. I'm the one that should remember.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. I can't defend you on that one, mate.
But yeah,
and you get to see a different torso, including here. Talk to us about that choice of torso for the faction, Jason. But the black in a creative way here.
We talking about the one up top?
Up top with the two cannons.
So here's the commander.
A brave move to do, really, Jason.
Yeah. Well, I did this. I did this with Brickbeard in a mock I made a long time ago for BrickCon, and I took his torso and I made 2 or 3 black coats with it because it has red highlights, and I gave him those newer hats, these guys' hats, right, with the red on them, and this guy's torso, and it ended up just really looking very sharp. And so I was like, what if I pull this into the older style of this torso with the old Captain Redbeard torso and kind of make a very unique figure in just one of them. We got the Admiral down here walking down the stairs, right? And then we have like the actual, this is going to be, if you want to get into lore and get into it, this is going to be your Admiral Woodhouse or your,
for sure.
Broadside,
This is your main dude. And then the other officers and then the other sub commander underneath him's on his way down the stairs with the goblet, isn't he? But what's cool is you've not played it twice. So if you look carefully at the tree at the side in the background, Redbeard's up there watching, but it's the new torso to juxtapose this old classic one.
Sure,
keep those locked in separately. So that just little considerations like that help to tell the story very quickly. But I love the design of the cannon plinths on this with the corner slope 75s in grey. Coming up to a grey plate. I think that just looks really, really nice. And I like the use of the dark grey corner panels. I ordered a bunch when I originally saw this, just to do that, just to get up that first level that you want to start building at that first level above the water or whatever. And that's a good, nice piece that can help you flesh that out quickly with less. We all know how piece intensive dark grey building is in Rockwork
Right.
and stuff. So anything to help you a little bit with that. So if you're willing to lean into the classic style like Jason has here, those work really well for that. And then of course you've got other grey pieces that you've incorporated throughout the build. Bring the grey in, so the special door piece around the door at the top and the arch for the portcullis. Which is that all-in-one piece for the portcullis?
It is, but it is all in one piece. Then I have the garage door groove bars. So this has a decent amount of cannons, all brown cannon bases. It's got 5 cannons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 double cannons up at the top there. You can see some parts usage. Obviously, that's not from the time. One of my favorites is using the white candle flame for his helmet.
For his
see
plume.
That? Plume. Yeah, that's the correct word. I'm not that.
Sick.
Plume,
like a little feather,
like a little one. So
could have been a special bird or something like there's less of it.
So lovely. It just, again, adds uniqueness to that character in particular. And then we got my equivalent of a gibbet or hanging of a pirate out here, the skeleton hanging over this decorative parrot wrought iron scaffold, I suppose, where you got a pirate hanging here in the sun. So it's a little grim.
Always got to have that wrought iron work, and it's on point here as usual. Lanterns look great, little stud on top just to close it in.
So these are the fireman torsos, Lord.
Works really well. It's slightly more basic of a pattern than on the actual red coats torsos, but it works surprisingly well. Everything about this works really well. It's fantastic, and like you say, you do lean into a few newer parts. One of the minifigure poses I really like it. The chap on the broadside's bay side, who's sort of on the middle floor by the barrel with his gun held up. He kind of looks like he's leaning against the wall. So I always think when I look at this picture, he's got like I'm just leaning against the wall. It's a hot day. I always get that vibe from it. So it's just. This is one of your renders that just all of your renders are really good. You know this, but this is one in particular is one of those ones that oozes with a lot of character, tells the story. It's got that classic catalog vibe when you look at the picture you've composed here, and that's testament to obviously the hard work you've done, not just with the mock but with the visual setting as well that you always do so good. But it's nothing bad to say about this. Obviously, if you're going to build this thing panel wise, we've got some rare panels alert.
Unfortunately.
But bringing us back into what we were talking about just a few slides ago, Jason showed you how you can combine the old 5x whatever with the newer 4x version as well. I think if I'm not mistaken, you've got both.
I do have
going on in different places. So it can be done.
I've got some up here.
All look very congruent and classic. It's just you've got to think about where you put them and stuff.
Totally. Yep. We did name the faction. I guess
Royal Marines,
sub-faction, potentially elite faction of the Imperial Guard.
I didn't come up with anything to do with any of this. This is all Jason's brainchild. I might mock some of Jason's stuff and share it, but none of it's to do with me. I'm a fanboy, basically. They look like Short Bean.
Do you ever watch that?
Yeah, man. I used to watch Short with my dad.
Awesome. It's a good show.
Bean.
I enjoy that.
Great.
Sean Bean's great in it. Sharp's War, Sharp's Victory, whatever.
There's some amazing YouTube compilations for comedy of moments.
It's also fun to see a TV show set in that time era, though. I really enjoy all those shows. Another one was Horatio Hornblower. It was like a BBC 7 or 8 or 10 episode show that was set in the same time as Sharp's War and all that.
I would like to watch a bit more stuff set in that time. So I never got a lot of time to watch TV. My wife watches that Outlander. She quite likes that.
Similar time era.
Some similar action going on there at some point. Some cool stuff. My
wife likes that show too, for sure. Yeah, a $250 set. The other one was $80, probably. All right, I know you've got a little bit of a time constraint. I want to get to
all right. We're cool, man. Don't worry. We're cool.
Let's get the Bricks and Fags collectibles. Do these 2 builds. I like the gray and the white combination minifig. Icing on the cake. And then we got the vintage gator in here. Always the vintage gator. What are we talking about? Oh, and you see that we have a cuffed pirate getting rowed into the water gate here.
Yeah.
He's the captured. So these guys mean business. You can see there ain't no pirates. there's no pirates floating around outside their fort being all shifty. There's a dead one hanging, and there's one getting taken into the gate.
You've met your match here, boys.
They're done playing. So, all right, we're gonna go and take a look. Let's pull up the ship first, and then I'll pull up your two.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I've got it here in real life as well.
Okay, so here's your beautiful redesign of the ship here, and I'll pull you next to this.
No worries. I'll have a look at the picture just to. So I've just got it here ready, so you can see. Whilst there is lots of similarities, it started using those instructions for that, and then it just sort of went off piece as when I wanted to. So you can see the main thing is I've actually given them another layer, so you can take this top off on jumper plates, and you can get through this door, and then it's all kind of. This is built up as if it was a wall section and then angled with some hinge plates that way. So you get these modified plates then become kind of a ladder going up.
Love it.
You get a lot of that kind of stuff going on. So just in there, and that again was kind of lifted from something I saw on Jason's page. I'm going to be honest about it every time I do it because I don't want to be accused of stealing stuff. But it just works so well because it gives you that. You see that on boats sometimes. You get that incline on the hatch where they go in, and I always wanted to have that. I just like having somewhere for them to be. The one thing I'll just mention about this, just while we're talking about it very quickly, and you can have a good look at the picture there whilst I'm getting them. But what I did was I don't have very many of those blue bar lantern pieces, so I will talk just for a second on my solution to that problem. Okay. Obviously, this is for people who just can't get their hands on one. So purists, cover your ears. But this is the little design I had, which is basically, I'll just take it apart. It's just a 2x2 blue dish, the minifigure headpiece in trans yellow, just to fatten it out a bit, rather than the thing. 2x2 plate, a cone in blue, and the small bar in blue, and then run the bar through them all sequentially. So just through the cone, then through the plate, then your minifigure head, and then that kind of also the stud kind of fits into the middle of the plate on that, and that can take over with the clip friction then, and then you've got your dish, and you just get a nice lantern. Yes, it's not the same. You could take the cone off if you want to just have the bar, whatever. It's not quite the same, but it is a very reasonably cost-effective way to get that kind of feel at a glance. You know what I'm saying?
No, I like it. I think it's a really nice solution to a part that's just obnoxiously kind of hard to get. It's kind of the same concept of like the red hatch. It's like, do you really want to spend all that, or just make one?
Exactly. And then the other option is you can get hold of the torch megaphone a little bit easier in blue. So you could use them if you wanted a true system solution.
Totally. Well, I think it looks great. I think it looks nice. You use the classic like guarded indoor here, right, for the blue door?
It's the new one that came on the Dungeons and Dragons one in blue.
Oh, I love that one. I wish that kind of showed up more. It's such a cool door.
Yeah, it was on Brickall. They had 6 for like 80p each. I was like, all of them.
That's nuts. I don't know why they designed such a cool door and put it on like 2 sets.
I know, yeah.
I was expecting to see it show up. Like they could have put it on the Horse Knight's castle or something. Like, I don't know. Like they didn't really do much with it. It's on what is it? The medieval village, and maybe a friend's set or something. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it comes in more sets than I think, but the blue is really nice. I think it came out. I think the blue one came in a friend's set actually.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. There's also a turquoise one.
Okay. So Anyway, Lorem likes it. Says nice techniques, lovely ship. She's a beaut.
Oh, mate.
And then we'll jump into. Let's do this one first.
Going back in time a little bit, this was like maybe like my 5th mock-on studio when I first started, but I thought I'd put it in anyway because I have with all the other themes we've talked about. So it's not where I'm at now, but it was where I was at then.
Right.
So it's a little just another salute, just a kind of a vamped up Cannon Cove.
Yeah, I love it. Pulling in the little awning colors again.
Yep. Yeah.
It does have a kind of, you're right. You push the Cannon Cove design for the cannon area up a floor, but you still have the burp and the jail, but it's like built out a bit more, buffed out a bit. And then my favorite thing about this right now is potentially the use of those half hatch pieces for the awning.
Oh yeah, for the awning.
On the little hinges there. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's really good. If I thought a bit more, I could have had them at the bottom and top and fully closed the cannon and reworked it a little bit. But I just kind of was using them as an awning, really.
The awning I think works better because it might have looked like a beak or lips or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's very
gun clips in there look good as well. Lauren likes that. I did. My eyes were drawn to that as well. I like that too. And then I like, even the use of the green on top of the sand because, like, calling back to the green base plate that it was originally.
Yeah, I was just doing the base plate, basically.
Yeah. Not that this is a direct remake of that set per se, but like, it's still got a lot of fun little character that you've added. A lot of the pointy rocks. Actually, I like seeing this technique a little bit with more pointed rocks around here because I think you've smoothed those out a lot in your builds.
Yeah. I've been getting into that part. I'll show it when the time comes, but I've built a huge white castle for the Dragon Paladins, and I've started using those what's the word, sloped sort of pointy top bits, and also on my Black Knight's castle I did them in light grey. I've got a bunch of black ones, dark grey, white, and grey in a hall, so I'm going to put them to good use. But yeah, I used them here as just rock points, but it looks kind of nice, kind of jagged. You can see where they're going to bust their ships up when they get pushed into these rocks on waves and stuff.
Almost like kind of a reef situation. Yeah.
And with them being British, the only thing you can't see on here on this angle, because I didn't include the other render, was the shield that's above the door, above that soldier's head, that's off to the side that you can see from the back.
Is that a lion shield?
It's not a lion shield. It's the one with the George's Cross on the London one.
Oh, right. Yeah, the London Bridge one. I love that shield. I have maybe one or two of those. But
yeah, it's cool. It's cool for redcoats. It works.
Yeah.
So not much more to say about this one. It's kind of basic. It's got the guys from Cannon Cove, and then here leaning into a little bit what you've just done. This is my trading port, but this I'm going green coats. This is a play off another faction. Jason's got another faction that he attributes to the British, which is the Queen's Guard, if I'm not mistaken, Jason. In your lore, you use them as in green coats. In your lore, they've got their own flag, their own lovely flag design. I'm just using them as another faction of the English in green. Using the same flags. As far as I'm concerned, these are the kind of the British Imperial soldiers, but they've just got a green outfit. And this is a trading port for them. So same configuration, same base plates, but then more out to the front again for another couple of cannons and extended docks. And this kind of mock started with just the bits that are on the flat base plate, not the raised one on the one side, and then kind of developed over. I just wanted something that was really tropical feeling with all that nice white and marbled archwork in the brick and all the normal tropes, and just really beef it up a bit. You'll see on the other side there's like, a grass hatch roof, but then there's like some really nice sculpted white. They use the white parrot bird bit for some sort of marble sculptures. So it's heavily on the decorative side this time. But I thought I'd include this because I do quite like this mock.
Let me.
It's only got brick built sails because I couldn't get fabric in studio, by the way, before anyone moans about that trading port boat.
Totally. No. Yeah. Let me talk about this a little bit. I like a lot of what's going on here.
Cool, man.
Yeah, let me pull in a couple of these real quick here. We got Chris Jones, love this one. And we got Crusader says, nice color scheme with the Rock Island Refuge.
Yes.
Very. So, yeah, let me point this out. I mean, the way you did green highlights, roofs, and things like that with the blue and the green on the base plate with the light gray, really, really nice. I actually really like the brown ladder going to the brown like little dock area behind this.
Yeah, that's my favorite bit about this. And then that dock that it goes out to is ace, because if you look, you know how on the raised base plate it goes blue, then green, then grey. I've actually just used round 4x4 blue, then green, then grey, and the kind of thing. Just as a bit of a cheeky one.
No, it's great. I really like that. So you've just kind of mirrored the colors there to build that out more. And then you have brown docks around the front on the other side over to the left as well. So I like that. I wanted to point that out. I like the dark. Are these, maybe I'm wrong, these pointed rocks to the front, are they dark gray on the bottom, light gray on top?
Yes.
Okay, so is that like water? Like the dark water?
Yeah, wet and then.
Yeah. So I like that detail. It's a very simple fix.
So the first layer is a bit wetter than the one above it, sort of thing. Really like that. We seem to be losing Jason a little bit. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, we got you. You're kind of frozen on my side a little bit. I can still hear your audio good though. Now you're moving. So,
okay.
We might have a little interruption here and there.
We're back. No, it seems to be stabilizing.
Yeah, so I will say the Queen's Guard are what I called the green coats that I came up with. And the original idea was similar to this. I shifted all their color scheme to like black walls and like some green roofs and things like that. And I was like, the original concept behind the Queen's Guard was just green coats, right? Just a recolor basically, and then maybe give me a couple of things. This is the direction I'd like to see it go if I was going to lean into that. But the next two builds I gave the green coats were early, like America, almost like French and Indian War. So I put them way up north, and I had them as like the what would you call that? I guess it's the French Indian War time frame. So they're like allied with some of the Native Americans, and I've decided that that's where I'm gonna want the Queen's Guard to be is in that North American kind of less pirates, less redcoats and golden age of pirates, and more pushing into that era where it was like the French and Indian War era. So it's the deep wilderness kind of outposts, and it's like forts and outposts and like native settlements and stuff like that. And we'll pull those in for another live stream. But
for sure.
But and I did actually, instead of just recoloring these, I did design 2 torsos for them. So I designed a commander torso, and I designed an actual British style soldier's torso for
amazing.
Well, I might be able to pull those in. I don't know, not the whole sets, but maybe just those torso designs. To kind of give you guys an idea of why they look slightly different than these. But dude, overall, this thing, I love all the white like whitewashed like brickwork and all the sculptures you've put around with the white birds, and especially that arch over the green roofs. I like the Europa roofs, right? The pointed kind of almost medieval style. Can you imagine recoloring this to be like a Crusader port, like, or maybe something in like the Constantinople or something like that, or the old like maybe
it could totally be done easily. Yeah, it could be done easily with this. Swap the palm trees out for cypress and you're away.
It would be a fun project at some point if you ever got into that. But I love what you've done here. This is the kind of stuff that I like to see in Lego, especially again these areas, these little ladder going down to that little just nested area right in front here, behind the cannon, behind the palm tree. Those are what draw my eye. I'm always interested in those areas, the little like awnings under roofs and little balconies and walkways and things like that. You've got so much of it here, dude. I just
there's a lot. There's a stone bridge. There's a couple of stone bridges, a couple of wooden ones. There's a bit of a mix. Just so you got everything on there. This is where I like bringing the brown in a bit.
This is potentially one of my favorite builds of yours, actually.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, dude.
Dude, I think it's good. And let me see if I can. I may not have those decals available, and we are kind of pushing into the end of the live stream here, so we can always pull them in another time. I thought I had them here though, but now it looks like I'm just kind of getting lost in the files. So no worries. We can do this another time. So I'm gonna probably leave off my search here.
If failing that, if you can't find them, we could always pull them in next time we do.
We will. I just wanted to contrast them against recoloring the original uniform, and then kind of what I did instead of that, because I did want to do my own.
It is a lot. Jason's is a one to behold. It's fantastic. They look great. The minifigs do.
I wonder if you think maybe he says the green clashes somehow. I'm not sure about maybe the dark green versus the normal green you're not vibing with. I think it works. It's hard when foliage is green, and then you want to try and put green roofs on something, So
I actually kind of I can totally see where Octavian's coming from. Maybe brown could have been cool, or dark brown or something. But it's true. It's always a risk when you've got. It's like having yellow in the sand and yellow in the architecture of your red or blue coats. It's a similar sort of phenomenon, isn't it? There's a bit of a distraction, and that can kind of get to one of them things where some people love it, some people hate it. You win some, you lose some. But I understand where he's coming from. But on this occasion, for whatever reason, I decided on dark green.
I think it works pretty well. Like I was saying, it's hard to put, like, I mean, because normal green to match the coats could be nice. Yeah. But then you're running into issues with all the roofs looking the same color as the palm trees, and so it's like,
the bit on the race base plate of the Rock Island Refuge plate too.
Exactly. So figuring out a way around that, I think you did a pretty good job with the dark green. The dark green might throw people to potentially because it's not a classic color.
Yeah.
So here we go. Just because we're here, so you can kind of see it's different than the.
Oh yeah, amazing.
They almost have like a little collar, like a metal collar or some sort of like armor piece along the top here. So that was that. I just wanted to pull that in because I did end up
really cool, man.
But so you kind of have that, and then while I'm here, I might as well show this one.
I'm going to screenshot that now and then get some stickers made.
And then you got the guy with the sash here, so it's more Napoleonic or something like that. So
that's really nice. They're both really tasteful. You always do a really good job with your maps and your flags and your torsos with your artwork. Is this still your digital pen on tablet sort of vibe?
Yeah. I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm just doing a draw pad. It's a draw pad with a digital art program. So
amazing, man.
Anyway, those are the two torsos. Yeah, Lauren, I can send them to you if you want to print some stuff out. But you might need to clean them up a bit. These are hand drawn in a digital program, so I don't have like the vector, like the nice, like clean lines as much as other people do. So you might need to mess with it. But anyway, at some point, these things will become more available for people. But right now, they're still just mostly digital images to drool over. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, thanks for the comments, guys, and yeah, no, I totally see where you're coming from, Octavian, and I'm all about that insightful, considered critique. So please do say as you feel. And yeah, those torsos are fantastic. Just to close it out. So there's Redcoats.
We'll see what we can do. Maybe in the next year or two, we can put some shops and things together with some collaborations. So I'll keep you guys posted on the channel about that. That's it. Let me let you go. I know you've got things to get to. I've got literally 20 people texting me. I've got my kid.
You know me. I'd love to sit and talk for 5 hours about Lego Pirates, but unfortunately, I have got lots to do. But don't let that take away from the fact that it's super grateful that everyone's tuned in. It's been a great show. Thank you, for everyone tuning in, and thank you, Jason, again.
And thank you for all the new subscribers too. I don't know how many of the new people are jumping into the lives or if they're just watching them back. I think we get new faces now and then in the comments, but thank you. I think the overview of the channel was up from last month. We have 30 new subscribers over the last month. So we're just cooking. So drop a like, drop a share if you enjoyed the convo. Watch it while you're sorting Lego or building your mocks. Where we got people that do that and send me screenshots like, ooh,
yeah, for sure,
got the show on in the background. So we appreciate all of that, guys. So thank you so much, and we'll try and get back to you next Monday.
Yeah, defo, man. Thanks everyone, and thanks very much, Jason. And I'll see you guys next week. All being well.
All right, happy Monday, guys.